Hey everyone, my name is Sean Arnold and welcome to another episode of Subscriber Showdown. Today I am playing against Killing Z, who challenged me to go against his Batterymen deck. Today I'm going to be debuting a new deck of my own. I'm going to be playing H.A.T or H.A.T, as the acronym likes to say. H.A.T is a combination of 3 different types of engines, and it's a really cool deck at that. Something which I really admire and I like to try and make myself in this game. The H in H.A.T stands for hands, and that is for Fire Hand and Ice Hand, monsters which I will talk about later on. A stands for artifacts. Artifacts are a unique set of monsters, again, which I will talk about later on. And then we also have trap tricks. Speaking of which, I'm probably going to summon one right now, but let's see what happens in this game. They're all about searching and they all perform different jobs, but they work really well together if you can balance them nicely. And you often see like different variants of these engines splashed in. So the first card I played just now is Artifact Ignition. Think of it as a version of MST with an extra effect. You target one spell or trap card on the field, destroy that, and if you do, you get to special summon, you get to choose one artifact monster from your deck and place it face down on your field. And the one I chose was Artifact Morale Tag. Artifact Morale Tag is easily the most popular and most often used artifact. However, it got limited to 3, so we have to try and use other options as well. Now I'm going to summon Trap Tricks Murmillo. Murmillo is an insect earth type monster. It has 1600 attack and 1200 defense. And the way it works is that when you normal summon Murmillo, you get to add one whole trap card from your deck to your hand. The gimmick of Trap Tricks are all about creating traps for your opponents, that with them being spider-like insects, and trapping them in holes so you can get rid of them. And the card which I searched out was Trap Tricks Nightmare. Or it has a different name, but I will read it when I can see it. Attacking with Murmillo, I have run into my opponent's face down Batterymen monster. It is a level 1 100 monster which when flipped face up, you can draw one card from your deck, I believe. No. When it flips face up, you can special summon one Batterymen monster from your deck, except Batterymen Micro Cell. And then when it is destroyed by battle and sent to the card after being flipped face up, it allows you to draw one card. It is a great floater monster. It searches out monsters for you, brings them back to the field, and when they're destroyed, it gets you an extra card, a plus in advantage. Really good solid card for that archetype. The monster he brought out from his deck is Batterymen. I can't quite remember what it's called. I'll be able to read it in a second. But it is a monster which doubles his attack when it is special summoned, and so it comes out with 2000 attack. And that's a little combination there. I have lost to Batterymen OTKs before in the past, and battery cards or battery decks are fun to use. They do have all the tools there. Really, the only thing they really have to worry about is say like spells and trap cards. Other than that, their effects are really good. But I have a little bit of experience about going against them, so hopefully I'm going to try and stop that there. To wrap up this turn, I'm going to end by setting all my trap cards, and I'm also going to set down MST as well, just in case I might need it. This is the first time I'm using H.A.T in Legacy of the Duelist. H.A.T used to be popular about say 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. It became less popular as more XC monsters became more popular, and Pendulum decks became more popular, but they can still work today. Some people still run them, and what's really great about H.A.T is that it's not too expensive. So if you want to compete with other people in this day and age, you might not win a tournament, or you might, depending on your local scene. But at the very least, they can be considered as slightly competitive. I would say like tier 2. Alright. My opponent played MST, destroyed by Sun and Warning. What? That's unfortunate. Also, if this sounds a little bit stranger than normal, or the way my recording sounds a little bit weird, it is because I am not recording in my usual place. I am being babysitted, as they like to say. But Leo and JD are babysitting me, and therefore I am not in my usual abode. And so sorry if the sound sounds a little bit weird or you pick up any background noise. Right, so he summoned out another copy of Battery 9 Volt. Battery 9 Volt is a beat stick level 4 monster, really strong card, and I want to find out now if he's going to say rank 4 summon into something else. But before I let that happen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little bit crazy here. So I'm trying to decide which is the best way to really counter against these Batterymen monsters. So I've got MST there. I'm thinking, I could destroy that face down card, but really what I want to do is get rid of the monster. So trying to decide what best to do here. And I'm going to just do something crazy, and I'm going to destroy my own card. I'm going to destroy Artifact Maratek. Artifact Maratek has a special effect where if it is destroyed during your opponent's turn, it can be special summoned from the graveyard once it's destroyed. And when it is special summoned during your opponent's turn, it can destroy one card on the field. So I'm going to be able to, or one monster on the field. I was going to go for that face down spell track card, but I'm now going to have to go for one of the monsters. So one of the 9 volts will have to go, unfortunately. Wasn't really expecting that, or probably just didn't read my cards properly. Okay, got rid of one of his monsters now. I'm going to see how Killing Z responds. He still has a lot of cards in his possession. As long as he plays smartly, he can really play around my cards. I know he has that Batteryman that can be special summoned when you have 2 Batterymen on the field, which is why I wanted to get rid of one of those instantly. But I didn't want to use Vanity's Emptiness just yet, because that stops me from sending cards to my graveyard unless I want that to be destroyed. Speaking of destruction, here comes Snatch Steal. Killing Z plays Snatch Steal and is going to take my card to his side of the field, which is going to be really, really bad for me because I have 0 options in terms of defense right now. I have 1 Trap Trick Hole and 1 Vanity's Emptiness. Isn't going to stop me from being attacked this turn. So I'm going to take a little bit of a damage, or a little bit of a hit this turn. Okay, so first he's going to attack me with his 9 volt. That's going to do 400 damage to me, and now it's going to attack me with my own Artifact Maratek, and that's going to do 2100 damage to me, lose it, meaning I've lost 2500 damage. I'm now down to 5500 life points left. Still not in a terrible position here. I still have some options here, but if I really play badly, I could easily lose a game like this. I'm just going to be kind of careful with my resources here, because he does outnumber me pretty much, has twice the amount of resources. Well, less than that now that he has to destroy 9 volt. And lo and behold, I drew into my own copy of Snatch Steal. Snatch Steal, the ever popular card. At the start of this turn, he plays Dust Tornado. I'm not really sure why he chose to play Dust Tornado now. It wasn't really the most opportune moment to play Dust Tornado, so if he had maybe waited, he could have seen, he might have had the opportunity to see that I have Snatch Steal, but at this point in time, it's not going to mean much. Playing Dust Tornado at that point wasn't really the best idea, in my opinion. Could have waited and saved it until you knew kind of all the options which I had. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to normal summon Fire Hand, and when Fire Hand has a weaker attack than my opponent's monster. Plus he used Honest to boost his own attack as well. But when Fire Hand is destroyed by a battle and sent to the graveyard, you can destroy 1 monster on the field. Then you get to special summon Ice Hand from your deck. It's a nice little revolving engine that continuously goes over and over. And Ice Hand allows you to destroy spells and traps, whereas Fire Hand destroys monsters. It's a really good engine, really great way of filling your deck. And if you can work it into your deck, it's quite fun. Okay, so now we're back to having 3 resources apiece. It's a bit of a tie game here. He still has the lead in terms of resources, but sorry, in terms of life points. But I'm not in a bad position here. I've got the nice field presence. Ice Hand isn't easily gotten rid of, or he is, but if he is destroyed, I can always bring out a Fire Hand afterwards. And looks like my opponent is unable to do anything else for this turn. Fortunately for me, I drew into Trap Trick's Dione. And Dione has a unique effect, which is when she is summoned to the field, she can special summon 1 Trap Tricks monster in your graveyard. So I'm going to activate that, and I'm going to choose Murmelo, and Murmelo is going to come back from the graveyard to the field. This is really awesome because I've now got a +1 in my resources, but when I could then activate her other effect, which is being able to destroy a spell or trap card on the field. My opponent played Fiendish Chain, but for some reason he targeted my Ice Hand instead of my Dione. I think that must have been a mistake. I really think that must have been a mistake, but it works in my favor. But maybe it's just a sign of Killing Z's experience. One thing that I am noticing here is that his deck is quite full. He's played 9 cards in his graveyard so far, plus the 2 in his hand. With the 38 in his deck, that meant he had 49 cards in his deck. Often when I see someone with 49 cards in the deck, it means that they haven't really refined their deck enough to the point where they can get it down to 40, which is a shame, because having a bigger deck means you decrease the possibility of drawing the cards you really need. So that's my recommendation to you, Killing Z, is to reduce your deck size where possible. Because Iceland has been targeted by Phoenix Chain, I'm now going to use it as fodder to be XE summoned into number 101 Silent Honor Arc. Silent Honor Arc is a really durable monster, and because I'm short on resources here, and my opponent could easily come up with, say, like a Raigeki, as I just managed to destroy. Not sure why he set Raigeki on the field. That was a really bad choice as well. Setting your cards on the field means they are very vulnerable, and Killing Z is sending me a message at this point, so I'm just going to have a look. He just kept saying he had a bad hand or something. I couldn't read it there. It went too fast for me to read and playback video. So I'm using Silent Honor Arc so that if he has any destruction effects, at least I get to keep it around for a little while I build more resources. Okay, over to my turn now. Gonna go straight into the battle phase, and I'm gonna attack my opponent. If this goes through, it should be game, and I think it's gonna be game. Let's have a look. And it's game. Okay, so that is the first round out of our match here. We're gonna go for the second round now. So it's up to Killing Z to decide whether he will go second or first, and he chooses to go second. He says one more quick game. Oh, he says that's what he said. He says he hates Fire and Ice Hand. He asked for one more quick game. He probably didn't realize that this was a match, but it's a match. So normally when someone that's asking me to a duel and I'm gonna record it, I'm gonna challenge them to a match, because matches are fun to watch. Okay, normal starting my opening hand by playing Murmelo. Murmelo is going to search out a card for me, and I'm going to choose Bottomless Trap Hole, as the other Trap Tricks Hole Nightmare did not really get much play in the last duel, so I'm going to stick with Bottomless Trap Hole. And now I'm going to play Pot of Duality. It's always important, guys, if you're new to the game, where if you have cards which can search out specific cards, play them before you're drawing cards. So I didn't want to play Pot of Duality before playing Murmelo, because if I played it before playing Murmelo and say I got nothing but trap holes in my hand, using Murmelo would have been less effective. Whereas by using Murmelo, I was able to add a completely different type of card to my hand. Unfortunately, I can't attack this turn, so I have to set down cards. And so first I'm going to set down some spell and trap cards. There goes Artifact Sanctum, here goes Artifact Ignition, and also Bottomless Trap Hole will probably go down as well. Okay, end phase now, and now I'm going to pass over to Killing Z for his turn there. Don't know why I'm stalling at this point here, but there we go. I must have been distracted at this point. I don't know why I was taking so long with that. Whilst I've got I guess a little free spare moment of time, I'm just gonna say that I have for those who aren't aware, I have started playing on PC using Yugioh Dev Pro. It's an interesting experience. It is definitely a lot more advanced than Legacy of the Duelist. It's definitely not as easy for newer players. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for years, and I still find it kind of a little too fast paced for my liking. You have to know what the cards do. You haven't really got time to stop and read them. But I am going to be doing more of that. So videos will be coming out of that in the next couple of days. But now that my opponent has set a whole load of back row, I want to play Artifact Ignition, will let me destroy one of his cards. And the card which I destroyed, I believe, was Torrential Tribute or Dust Tornado. It was Dust Tornado. And but by using Artifact Ignition, I could set Artifact Scythe from my deck onto my field. Now, this is really the best time in my opinion to play destruction effects like MST is during the end phase of your opponent's turn, because during the end phase of your opponent's turn, your opponent can't set any more cards down on the field, which means they can't set up their strategy for the next turn or more. Plus, because they're mostly trap cards, they can't activate them, so it's the latest point in time before they can start using their cards, but also the latest point in time when they can actually start setting up their field to kind of survive the next wave. Another copy of MSC comes from my hand, and this time I'm going to destroy his other spell or trap card. Just going to get rid of those cards that he has. I'm not going to play it with any shenanigans, and there is Torrential Tribute. Now I'm going to go to the battle phase, and I'm going to cause a little bit of havoc using these monsters on the field. So first I'm going to attack with Momolo. I have a pretty good guess at that is Batteryman Cell whatever, which is a really weak monster, and unfortunately for my opponent he has Mirror Force, which is unfortunate. Mirror Force is going to destroy both of my monsters, and I really have no way to stop it. So now I'm going to end my turn. We are kind of tied in terms of resources. Once Killing Z draws another card, we're now going to be even, and he's probably going to be able to special summon a monster for free this turn if that is Batteryman Cell. No, it's not. It's Batteryman D. So even attacking that would have been great for me. Batteryman D is a level 1, I believe. Level 1 monster with 0 attack and 1900 defense. And now he normal summons Batteryman Cell. And he's got 2 level 1 monsters in the field. And by having 2 Batteryman monsters in the field, now he can summon Batteryman Fuel Cell. At this point, I really should have reacted appropriately, hopefully by using Max Z, but I wasn't ready for that. But however, I did have Bottomless Trap Hole on the field, which my opponent should have known. You saw me search Bottomless Trap Hole, so you should have known that putting out that monster would have been hit by Batteryman, would have hit my BTH. Okay, now it's over to his battle phase, and he's going to poke me for 100 damage. At this point, I think I probably screwed him over because he took a risk by maybe summoning his 2 weak monsters just to get out that bigger monster, which I managed to easily get rid of. But it could very, very much be the case where he has Honest in his hand. That being said, that is a risk I am willing to take. So I'm going to summon Thunder King Ryo, and I'm going to attack him. If it means I can get rid of his Honest now, that's fine by me. Fortunately for me, Batteryman D has 0 attack, so even if he uses Honest, we're going to suicide into each other, and he will lose 2 cards and I will have lost 1. But it looks like he doesn't have Honest in his hand, or at least he wasn't willing to use it at that point in time. So, yeah, it's not so bad. I also really like having Thunder King Ryo out because he's not going to be able to do much searching out while Thunder King Ryo is on the field. But we'll see what happens. Here comes the tribute summon. It is Batteryman Charger. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 Batteryman monster except Charger from your hand or graveyard, I believe it. Now that he's doing that though, before he does, I'm going to activate effect, and that is Max Z. If you guys have never seen Max Z before, Max Z is a hand trap, which is you can discard it during your opponent's turn, and anytime your opponent special summons, you get to draw 1 card. It can be a really, really good tool if you're expecting your opponent to do a lot of special summoning and you want to kind of match them like for like in terms of resources. Can be a bit of a risk to play though, because if your opponent chooses not to be special summoning a lot, then you're not going to get a lot out of it. But I think Max Z is a pretty good anti-meta card to use, and that's kind of what this deck is trying to do. It's trying to play against the meta, which is really full of cards I like to special summon. Fortunately for Killing Z, he managed to special summon another copy of Batteryman 9V, which is going to put him out on the field, and now he's thinking about what to do. Fortunately, I have Artifact Scythe on the field, which I'm not going to really be able to use unless it gets destroyed. Can't remember what my other card was on the field face down, but we will see what happens. Gonna go to the battle phase. He's gonna attack me with his 2400 attacking monster. Gonna lose 500 life points, and now I'm gonna lose 1000 life points from 9V, which is fine. Okay, Killing Z is having a think there. I really do like the Batterymen. I really like the way they work together. It is a nice archetype, really fun to play, or to watch at least. But there are going to be ways. There are flaws to the archetype. Right, now I'm on the normal summon Trap Tricks Murmelo. We should know what this does by now. It allows me to add one Trap Tricks trap hold card from my deck to my hand. And now I'm going to set that on the field. Probably won't need it though. Now I'm going to use the ever popular Snatch Steel. That's going to take Batterymen Charger, and I'm going to now be able to attack my opponent quite ruthlessly because he has a wide open field. 1600 from Murmelo, and now 2100 from Charger. And now over to Killing Z's turn. Killing Z will get another 1000 life points thanks to Snatch Steel, but if he can't make a comeback in this turn, I could still kill him over the next turn or so. So let's see what he does. And he surrendered. Good game to you, Killing Z. It was really fun playing you, dude. If you just keep on trying, sir, and I'm sure you'll get better at the game. I really enjoyed playing against your Batteryman deck, and if you ever want to go against me again, please just let me know. And that also goes to anyone else who is watching this video. If you want to play me in Legacy of the Duelist or any other game you see on this channel, just hit me up on PSN, YouTube, or Twitter, and I'm sure we can arrange something. Thank you for watching this video as always, guys. Much love, take care, and goodbye.